Honkai Star Rail has a lot of 5-star DPS characters. Some specialize in single target damage, some shine in AoE situations, and some rely on damage over time effects. But have you ever wondered, out of these, who are the best limited 5-star DPSs that you should be going for? Well, let's find out. But just a reminder that this list is based on my experience and opinion, so feel free to agree or disagree, and I am not including Black Swan as this video is being recorded prior to her release. Starting off with, Jin Yuang is an erudition character who commands Lightning Lord in battle to deal massive AoE damage. Lightning Lord is considered as follow-up damage who strikes periodically, and everything Jin Yuang does except his basics powers up Lightning Lord's damage. But with him being an AoE DPS, he is not very good in Memory of Chaos, where you need hard-hitting consistent damage, and his Lightning Lord is very slow, but he is really good in Pure Fiction, where there are lots of small enemies. Argenti is also an erudition unit who deals physical damage. He has two ultimates. First is a weaker ult with 90 energy cost, and second with a 180 energy cost that hits like a truck. And it does way more damage than the other one, and he gets 3 energy back every time he attacks, so he is one of the best units for Pure Fiction. But it's not possible to always hit his stronger ult, and same as Jin Yuang, he suffers quite a lot with bosses where you need strong single target damage. Everybody is down bad for Kafka and likes her, but not me. DOT characters are not my cup of tea, but Kafka can manually detonate DOTs with her skill and ultimate, and also apply shock to all the enemies she hits. So she applies DOTs and detonates them immediately. That makes DOTs very powerful, but DOTs by themselves are not that strong, and you will need more DOT units in your team to maximize DOT damage. And I personally don't like this playstyle, but yeah, a Kafka with the right build can easily demolish any content. Seela, the OG DPS, is still kicking thanks to her resurgence that lets her take another turn if she defeats an enemy, and also buffs her for that turn. Seela is very strong in a mono quantum team or with any support who will let her take more turns so she can defeat everyone. But with bosses who don't summon minions, or if she can't defeat an enemy in a single attack, she won't be able to take another turn, and that's what holds her back, but she is very strong in the right scenario. Topaz and Nambi are the follow-up duo. Nambi does a lot of damage, and Topaz buffs Nambi with her ultimate, and her skill applies proof of death to the enemies that increases any ally's follow-up damage. And unlike Jin Yuang's Lightning Lord, attacking any enemy with the proof of death applied to them will advance Nambi's action by 50%. So Nambi can hit quite frequently, and due to this, Topaz is a very good sub DPS for any basic attacking DPS like Imbibitor, Lune and Blade. And talking about Blade, he is the most stable DPS in my opinion. No, he doesn't have the most DPS, but he is very tanky and is almost unkillable if built right. And he is a jack of all trades. He does all kinds of damage, basic attack, ultimate, and even has a follow-up attack. So he is good for any content, and he is the most versatile unit in my opinion. He is extremely skill point positive and can also be run as a sub DPS. Like, what more can you ask from a mentally unstable psycho? Ah yes, the free 5-star, something that Genshin could never. Dr. Ratio is the strongest single target DPS. His follow-up attacks are his main focus, but his skill and ultimate are also very powerful. Although he needs a debuffer to maximize his damage, but remember how I said that Topaz applies proof of death? Not only it increases follow-up damage, but it is also considered as a debuff. So Topaz and Dr. Ratio are very good teammates. So yeah, build your Dr. Ratio. If not, then you suck L+ ratio. Imbibitor Lune is the best DPS, only if you can manage his skill point consumption. He eats skill points, and to maximize his damage output, you need to use his fully enhanced basic attack. But it can be tackled by using his ultimate that gives him 2 skill points, and running skill point positive teammates such as Ruan Mei and Pella to buff him and debuff the enemies. Imbibitor Lune is very strong, and for some he might be number 1, but not for me because of Jingliu. Whereas Imbibitor Lune is reliant on skill points, Jingliu doesn't even use skill points. Once she enters Spectral Transmigration state, where she can use her skill without using any skill points. Instead, she uses stacks of CCG, and attacking in this state consumes HP of teammates. So you might wanna run a healer with her, and she does a lot of damage with her skill and ult in this state. And yeah, with the same damage as Imbibitor Lune and no skill point usage, she is the best and also my favorite DPS in Honkai Star Rail. But it's my list, and I may be a little biased towards some characters, so do let me know your list in the comments, and until then, check out this video. See ya in the next one.